Yo, what's up everybody? I'm Jay, DCA Adventure, back again in a long time with another cryptocurrency market update. If you guys love our content, please like, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on the important updates that I do once a week. I'm trading, well, first of all, it's not financial advice. Trading is super risky. Don't trade with anything you're not willing to lose, so don't bet your house. You guys know the deal. I'm trading over at Phemex, Bybit, Pionex, staking over on PancakeSwap. Links for most of that stuff will be in the description. Using NordVPN for stocks. If you're into stocks, use Firstrade. You will get free stock for deposit or no deposit. On the regular cryptocurrency exchanges, deposit bonuses on all those on Phemex, Bybit, Pionex. You will get a little bit of something, so definitely use the links. If you are wanting to use the DCA tools or get some trading signals or just learn how to trade, then you need to join DCA Patreon, join my tier Trading with the View. By doing so, you're going to get the DCA tools, you're going to get the signal channel in the Discord, you'll also get the bot channels. We have all kinds of good stuff going on in there. In crypto apparel, Mikkel, I did not get the new DogeLord coffee giddy up. I clicked on the Google Drive link and it did not work for me, but if you guys are looking for some badass coffee, go to DogeLordCoffee.com, and if you're looking for even better cryptocurrency merchandise apparel, go over to DogeLordApparel.com. He has the best in the business. Yeah, right. Y'all can hear me, right? Like, it's been a while since I've had all this stuff on, so might have something screwed up. What up, Sarth? What up, Wheeling Crypto, Electronics, and Coffee? Some Goblin, Ralph Cooper, Tech Man, Crypto Mikkel. Hell yeah, Wheeling Crypto Electronics started your channel. We'll definitely drop a link in the chat. Everybody go over there and subscribe if you have not already to Wheeling Crypto Electronics and Coffee. Not too far from me if you're in Wheeling, PA. Not too far from me at all. So, since I've been gone, you guys, a lot of you know I've been gone for roughly a month, but man, I left right at the worst time possible, right? The markets completely crapped themselves. I mean, it took a humongous dump, but what I'm going to show you guys today on the chart is very, very important. You definitely need to keep note of what I'm going to show you on the Bitcoin chart. There's a couple different things I'm going to show you, but they are very, very important. Oh, West Virginia. Okay. Yep. Very close indeed. Looking at the overall markets, guys, if you're not in the DCA Discord, definitely join in the link below. While I was gone, my good buddy Nefarious Technology has been posting all of his TA and what he has, thought has been going on with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and he has been pretty spot on with everything. I've looked over a lot of the stuff that he posted over this last month, and the guy is stupid good. So definitely pay attention to when he's posting stuff. He's pretty spot on. But looking today, in the last hour for Bitcoin, we are down 0.4%. We are up 1.2 in the last 24, coming in at 44,000, almost even. So it is making some moves, but I'm not convinced at all, guys. I'm very bearish at the moment. Who is the number one black hat? Not sure what you mean, Ralph Cooper. Who is the number one black hat? Ethereum up 3.9% for the day, coming in at $3,145. Tether, it's in the green. Normally when the stables are green, everything is red. We got Binance Coin 5% in the last week, 4.3 in the last 24, coming in at $431. XRP 1.2% for the week, or for the day, coming in at 84 cents. So not, I mean, we've had some very big dumps. I know Bitcoin was almost did lost like 50% of its gains, so that kind of shitty. But we'll look at the charts, and what I show you might blow your hair back a little bit. Cardano 1.9%. We're going to chart Cardano tonight. It's coming in at $1.10. Solana 1.6 for the day at $103. That's pretty cheap buy for Solana. But there's you know, we're pretty much going to be a lot of green for the last 24 hours, and then, you know, as far as the weekly goes, we're going to be red on a lot of these. I don't know what near is, but it's down 12%. Now, I've recently cashed out some money from Coinbase to my bank account, and let me tell you, man, the fees are just fucking ridiculous. If there's any other way that you guys are getting money into your bank account and you don't have to use Coinbase, I would highly suggest not using it. What up, MC? Appreciate you stopping in, buddy. Code blockchain hats. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out for you. We will definitely have to take a look. We're going to look at metaverse tokens, if it'll bring them up. Let me see here. Oh. I'm not signed in. Usually I'm signed in, so I don't want to just do my sign in to go over to the metaverse, but let me see here if we can find it in the list. Metaverse, there we go. Decentraland Mana. I seen this on Coinbase. It was taking a moonshot, up 13.2% in the last 24 hours, coming in at $3.34. Axie Infinity, I know Mikkel and them guys use this or have held it in the past. It's up 9.7% at $65. So it's I mean, check these out over here. Pretty much like a V bottom formation. When we get them nice V formations, they rocket to the upside pretty good. Engine Coin 8.7% at $1.97. Still pretty low in my opinion. It was up there around $3 to $4. DeFi Kingdoms, Jewel, never heard of it, 1.9%. So I like looking at these metaverse. You know, these are very you know, they're up and coming. They've been popping off. UFO Coin I've been talking a lot about, 8.8% for the day, coming in at 1,000,000 zeros, 0.1319. So very cheap for UFO Coin. Definitely a buy in my opinion. A lot of these are. Anything that dropped between 17 and 30%, you should be buying a little bit of it. You know, dollar cost average a little bit each time. In the search bar, type Wheeling Crypto, Electronics, and Coffee. I will do that at the end of the stream for sure and take a look at what you got. Do you have a site, or is that just going to take me right to your YouTube channel? You're saying in the search bar on YouTube? Because we will definitely do that and go take a look at your channel. Like I said, guys, if you haven't already, Wheeling Crypto and Wheeling Crypto, Electronics, and Coffee. Go look that up. Give him a subscribe, smash the likes. Let's jump right over to the goddamn chart. Now this, my friends, is Bitcoin. Excuse me. What up, Oz? How you doing, brother? Missed the hell out of you. Hope all's well. We got a 2014 Bitcoin chart, and I have the stochastic RSI indicator pulled up. Now, do not go into YouTube if you don't know how to use the stochastic RSI. Don't go to YouTube and look up how to use it. 95% of the videos are going to show you the fucked up way to use it. I will go and give you a really quick rundown of the right way to use this. Main thing is you want your blue line over top of your red line if you're looking to buy, and the only time that you're going to take the buy is when we cross the 20 threshold. You're not taking the cross down here and taking this buy. You're not taking any of these. This is too choppy. It will F you up with your trade. Wait till we cross this 20 liners. That's the bottom, and then you got the top up here right around 80. So if you're looking to short, you're leverage trading, you only take the trade when the blue crosses under the red once we breach the 80 line on the short. Vice versa for your longs, you're going to wait until the blue line is above the red line, and then we cross the 20, and then you enter your trade. Do not do it on any of this bullshit up here, anything inside of it. You want to wait till right when we break the bottom or the top. Trust me, you will have way better, more accurate, more winning trades if you do it like this. Like all this choppy bullshit over here, you don't want to trade any of this, and you get a lot of false crosses as well. So definitely keep this in mind. We are going to jump over to the 1 month chart though. This is what I want to show you on the stochastic RSI over here on the 1 month. Now, back in 2014, we ended up, obviously, it went on a bull run. We were in bull market, went up to $1,170-ish, okay, and then we crossed and dipped underneath the 20 line here. We did get the blue line crossed under the red way up here, which you could have entered a trade here and been like, oh yeah, it's going down, I'm gonna make $1 million on the short, and then boom, that fucking candle right there comes in and hits your liquidation price, takes all of your money that you just risked in that trade. So please don't take your trades unless it's above the 20 or below the 80, right at the breach. Trading in the middle is kind of risky. You can do it, but it's kind of risky. It's choppy. But what I want to show you is we crossed under the 20 here back in 2014, okay? We had a really big dump. Then we had a 50% rally, okay? Now when you're using this measuring tool, if you measure from the top down, okay, you're going to get, right there it says 45%. That would be from the top of this green candle to the bottom of this red candle. Now that's cool for your way down. It'll show you how much it lost, but when you go for to measure how far up, it's going to give you a completely different measurement. So we go to the bottom of that red candle, we go up to the top of the green, and we're right around 83%. So it is calculating what percent this candle made plus how much you had to make up from the bottom down here. So adds those two together, and that's why it's giving you almost double. But this was a 50% rally. We got a 50% rally, and then what happened? Boom, dead cat bounce, and we plummeted all the way to the 50-month moving average. If you're just joining this channel, definitely get into the Discord, hit me up, message me, because I will not message you first. Message me, I will give you a free tool. It will be this moving average tool. It's what I trade with the most. But definitely get in there. I give it to you for free, show you how to use it. But we get a dead cat bounce, you guys, and we completely shit it out and went all the way down to this 50-month moving average. Okay, so it took about 585 days for us to recover. So from this point when we dipped under all the way over to when we go back above the 20 line, so right there I got about 607 days, give or take a little bit, depends on which line you're going off of, but we'll say 600 just for an even number. 600 days to recover before we get back above that 20. Now right here, I'm going to try to zoom in on this a little bit. We get our signal line, our blue line, it crosses the red, so now we're above it. We cross the 20, we know, boom, we take the trade here, we ride this bull market all the way to the moon. But I'm not showing you bull markets, I'm just showing you the bottom of this RSI, how long it took to recover. So when we dipped in 2014, it took 600 days. That's you know, almost 2 years to get back above this, not quite 2 years. Okay, so then we're going to fast forward, we're going to go ahead 4 years, we're going ahead 4 years, boom, now we're in 2018, end of 2017. We cross under the stochastic RSI again. We're at that 20 mark. We're going to bring the chart down here so we can see the candles. So boom, we fall. We're starting to fall here. We actually cross under the 20 here on this one. What happens? We get another green candle here. We have a 48 to 49% rally to the upside. Then what happens? Dead cat bounce again, you guys, and we shit ourselves all the way back down to that 50-month moving average. Okay, and from here to here for our recovery, we're looking right around 400 days. From the time that we dipped below here and we recovered and got back above here was roughly 400 days. So the first time 600 days, the second time it was 400 days, and now we fast forward again, you guys, 4 years. Where does that take us? Right here to the present. We have dipped below this 20 on the stochastic RSI on the monthly chart. Let's pull down the candles. We're going to take a look. All right, so we did dump. We are under here. We take a measurement. Let's take a measurement. We're going to go from the bottom of that drop to the top. We're already at a 40% rally to the upside. So my question to you guys is, what do you think? Do you think we are going to get that dead cat bounce where we shit ourselves and we come all the way back down here to this 50-month moving average? Are we going to come all the way back down here? What I think, now I've told you guys before that. Oh, hell yeah, Ralph. Love you, Jay, but it's a full moonish. I can see everything. Much love from the snow-covered hills. That is freaking awesome. That is awesome. You definitely live a kick-ass life, Ralph Cooper. So we're gonna take the crayon drawing off. We're gonna come down. All right, now I've told you guys in previous videos that if you look back in history, most of the time the top of a bull run will be the bottom of the next bear market. Okay, so our last bull run was right around 19,000. We'll say 20,000 just to be even, right around $20,000. Okay, that $20,000 lines right up with that 50-month moving average. Looking over at support, this 21-month moving average right around 36. The low we got was right around 29, 28-ish. That is like the only floor of support we have here for Bitcoin. So we'll definitely take a look at TON and Ethereum for sure. I've heard a lot about TON since I've got home, or TON, however people are saying it. Dual mining, very interesting, but I hear it's very hard on the GPUs, but it's very profitable too. But yeah, we'll definitely look at that. Wheeling crypto, electronics, and coffee. So my theory here, guys, is if we do end up getting that dead cat bounce where everybody's getting excited just like they did back in 2018 and just like they did back in 2014, where we dipped below the RSI, then boom, we get a 50%, a 48% rally to the upside. Everybody's excited, everybody's high-fiving. Yes, we're going to the moon. I'm fucking rich, and then boom, dead cat bounce, and you lose a ton of money. So if we break that 21-month moving average and we break that 28,000 support and we close underneath of that, there is nothing there, you guys, on this monthly chart. There's nothing there. What is there? We got a little bit of stair step action here, but that is nothing big enough or strong enough to say, okay, this is gonna be support. What up, Golden Wolf? Here we go, Jay. Live 6 peakers. Hell yeah, that's badass, Golden Wolf. That's badass. You be careful driving. You need to get a monitor up so you can watch too at the stoplights. But it's very, very possible, you guys, we come down and we hit this 50-month moving average. We hit that $20,000 old previous top back here on the old 2018 bull run. Very, very, very possible that this happens. I don't want this to happen, obviously, but it's very possible it does. So right now, with my holdings in Bitcoin, I have half my money in Bitcoin and I have half my money sitting in fiat. That way, if this does happen, I'm going to go ahead and ride that son of a bitch all the way to the 50, and then I'm going to buy in. I'm going to start dollar cost averaging my buys, especially if we break this support right around $28,000. Man, I wish I could have bought back here, right? I probably did dollar cost averaging a little bit back here, but if this recent drop to, what was the low, 32,800, that would have been a good buy if you would have got right here at this moving average. And this is why I trade these. This is why I will give you this tool for free. You will get this 100% for free, but this is why I trade the moving averages. The higher the time frame, the stronger the signal is. The more you will listen to this, the more you're going to take the trade when they are set up right. So on the monthly chart, technically Bitcoin is still in a bull market. We got the 21 on top, we got our 50 in the middle, and our 200 is not registering. It'll be way down on the bottom. And by the way, this is BLX, Brave New Coin, liquid index for Bitcoin. This is taking all the exchanges, the big major exchanges, and combining the price and giving us an average price for Bitcoin. But it's very accurate. You can only chart this on the day, week, month, anything higher than a day. You can chart this. You can't go down any lower than the day. But yeah, this is a very interesting. So look, we come down and we hit that 21-month moving average. Boom, you take your buy right there. If you've been watching my channel, you've been listening to what we're doing in the Discord, especially like in the free channel, the Trading with the View free Discord channel. I say this all the time: trade the moving averages, trade the moving averages. Right here, perfect example why we trade. Right here again is why when I trade these moving averages, I always set my buys just below the moving average, just a little bit. We usually always wick down just a bit past. So if you bought here and you were at the chart and noticed this happen, you're killing it right now. But be safe, be on guard. You should already have your stop loss, and you should be inching that thing up as Bitcoin moves up. We do not have very much resistance on the monthly chart. It's not very much at all. We are going to go down to a 2-week chart. Let me reset this. I'm going to go down to the 2-week chart. Now, here is a perfect example of a buy where most people that are just getting into trading, that don't know how to use stochastic RSI, that was like, hey, let's get on YouTube and type in how to use stochastic RSI, and then they watch the first 20 videos and all of them tell them, oh, buy when the blue line's on top and sell when the blue line's on the bottom. That's fucking setting you up for failure. That's not how we're going to trade it. We're going to show you the right way to trade it. So right now we are crossed. Our blue line is crossed over. I'll stretch it out, show you a little bit better. So we are crossed over. The blue lines are signal line. So we did make the cross. That's a bullish cross, but we're going to be patient, and then we're going to wait it out. We're going to wait it out until we break that 20. When we break the 20 line up here in this box, that's when we're going to take our buy. That's when we're going to be ready to go. Why? We crossed right here, but look, we're hitting the 21 moving average on the 2-week chart. It's acting as resistance. It's not acting as support like it is on the monthly. So very, very much so could this crap out right here and reject, and it probably will, because we do have you can see the resistance a little bit better on a 2-week chart than you can the monthly. Get my box out here, but right in here is your resistance. Go out here and you get your call out giddy ups. Why I like these call outs, you can favorite these and have this toolbox down here. That way you ain't got to go over here every 5 seconds and pull your tool. So you can get you a call out box, what I use, and you go up to what line you want. Boom, you click it. Oh, damn it, not the call out, price label. Go up to the line where the top of that box is, click it, boom, 55,800. I'm gonna grab another one, 44,394. So we are testing resistance right now. If it was me, I would probably already have exited a trade if I was in it. This is like I said, it is acting as resistance. We do got some through here, and when we talk about support and resistance, it's not a line, not one line. It's an area, you guys. We're looking at the area. It's never the only time it's going to go to a line and stop. Most of the time is going to be on your moving averages. Not going to be on your support and resistance. But on the moving average tool that I give you, it is called DCA SMA crossover tool, and this is how you want it set up for a bullish chart. 21, your fastest moving average on top, 50, your next fastest on the bottom, 200, your slowest, and or 50 in the middle and 200 on the bottom, your slowest one. This is a bullish. This is when you buy the moving averages. So like when we came down and we got real close to that 50, you should have been ready to buy. You should have been thinking about buying. And then boom, you sell at the next one. Now when we get on top of the 21, every time we test the 21, you're gonna buy. So like if you'd have came down through here, we come down, we hit the 21, you bought, you'd have done good, but then you'd have got fucked up through here. We get back on top, we come back down, we test it, you buy, you did really good, come back down, we test it again, we actually went quite a ways below it. So it's all about your entries and exits, guys. When the moving average script is going to help you tremendously in deciding where you should enter, where you should exit. It'll put you right in the area you need to be. The other script that we have, if you join the Patreon group, you are going to get this is the power tool. This is an EMA ribbon, has 10 EMAs in there. It basically expands and contracts, and that's what this blue triangle represents. So you can see like back here how the band is real wide and all of them are spread out. Well, it will get really tight. So when it's really tight, it's going to print a triangle that says, hey, the EMA ribbon has now recovered, get ready for price action. And then that's what's going to happen. Exactly that. Price action will follow. The bands will explode, they will spread apart, and that's when you get your price action. When we are trading above the band, it's acting as support, and vice versa. When we're trading below the band, it is acting as resistance. Now there's all kinds of different options you can put onto this. We have it where it will alert you when there's a doji candle. It will alert you when there is a change in the money flow wave on the DCA oscillator, which we'll go ahead and pull that up. That is our other tool that you will get when you join the Patreon group. This is the DCA oscillator. This is got all kinds of different cool stuff on here, but it'll alert you when this green wave right here turns from green to red. It's going to tell you. Boom! Right there's when it turned red. Bam! And right here's where it turned green. Come down. Bam! It's got VWAP wave in there. It's got two different momentum waves, light blue, dark blue. It does bearish, bullish, divergence. It'll give you big buy, big sell, small buy, small sell, all the good stuff. So definitely get into that Patreon group if you are learning how to trade or wanting to learn how to trade. It'll definitely do you good. And definitely hit me up for the free tool. It's free. Why wouldn't you want it? And I'm honest to God, you guys, it's probably one of the most important tools that you should have. It really should be part of the Patreon group when you join it. It should really be a paid tool, but we're not, we're not all about trying to get rich from you guys. We want to help you learn and help you guys become your own signal. Rely on yourself. Don't rely on me. Don't rely on any of these tools. Don't rely on a signal channel. I show you how to do it, show you the basics, and then you can rely on yourself. You don't need somebody telling you what to do. You know what to do. So that's BLX. Let's take a look at Ethereum. So again, just real quick recap with the Bitcoin. Be looking for that dead cat bounce, guys. We'll go over here to the daily and even take a look at that. You can see here that our band is signaling us back on the 6th of February that, hey, the band has contracted. Now we're waiting for price action. Here's that box of resistance we drew in on the 2-week chart. You can see it's lining up perfect on the daily. You can see it even better on a daily chart. So even if we were to break through this resistance, we then have to come back and test it and make it support. So if we can do that and we can validate and respect support, then be ready for the next shot up here to the 55,000. Looking at stochastic RSI on a daily, we did get a crossover. Blue is crossed over on the red. but we are not above the 80. And even if we got above the 80, you're not taking the buy here, guys. We're waiting. We're going to be patient. We're going to sit on our hands. If we're going to do anything, we're going to be looking for that spot to sell our Bitcoin. And typically, you want to wait till it gets up here. You want to wait till the signal line crosses back under the red and we breach the 80 mark. Once we breach that 80 mark, sell yo shit. Get out of it. Get ready to buy back at the bottom down here. When we loop back around and we break the 20. And you can go back in history, and that's what's nice about this, guys. You can scroll way back and see exactly what I'm saying and see if it's right. You know what I mean? So we come down, we cross, we break the 20, we break the 20. If we scroll up, you would have bought right here. Yes, you missed a little bit of price action here, but you see them wicks? See them crazy ass wicks? What happens if you took a leveraged position here and you bet to go long and that some bitch went down all the way to here? I mean, that's tagging you out on your stop loss or your liquidation price. So it's a lot easier, a lot safer to wait until we breach the 20. So we breached the 20 right around the 24th of January. So you'd have bought here, you'd have rode up, we get across here, we got the red line down, but we're still not breaching in the 80, so we're still in our trade, we're still holding. Okay, we end up looping around, we come up again, we go all the way up here, 45, 46,000. You take profit. Now if you're using the EMA ribbon, you take profit when we hit the top of it, or again, you look at your stochastic, wait till we hit the 80. You'd have taken your profit right around this candle here. So you'd have lost a little bit, but remember, you bought way down here. So making them safe, easy trades. You're never going to be perfect. You're never going to buy the exact bottom, and you're never going to sell the exact top. It just don't happen like that. It just don't. So definitely keep an eye on this. Pay attention. Keep it in the back of your mind that we could get a dead cat bounce, and we could fall down to that 50-month moving average, which is right at the top of the 2018 bull run right here. So it's lining up perfect as of right now. So very plausible, very possible. Take a look at the good old Ethereum. Mikkel, are you mining ton at all? You messing around with any of that? And take this off. We'll get the DCA oscillator back up there. Back to our daily. Okay, a few days ago in the Patreon group, I put this chart out and I said, hey, you guys, make sure you're watching Ethereum. We were in this weird triangle here. This was acting as really good resistance or support on the daily. We broke below it. Normally when we break these patterns like this, we're selling or we're buying. So like in this case, if we would have broke the bottom of this, I would have sold. But it's a catch-22 here. You really have to pay attention. You really have to know your shit, especially with the moving averages. You notice that your 21-day moving average is coming right in underneath of this pattern. So when we're trading on top of that, it is acting as support. It is curling up, like it's going to cross over the 50 and do a bullish cross, which would be very, very good for Ethereum. Ethereum's been pretty bullish though for a long time, so you know, it just depends. But we are hitting resistance now. We did get it back above the 50, back above the 50 day, so that's good. If we come back down to the 50 day, hopefully it acts as support. The moving averages are not set up the correct way for me to want to buy there though. We had a death cross back here on the 28th of January, and normally we're pumping before we dump. We get the death cross. We actually didn't even start dumping for almost 2 weeks later, the 10th of February. We actually started dumping. So which is weird. Normally it happens like a day after, 2 days after the cross on a daily chart. Death cross, you guys, is when the 50-day moving average crosses under the 200-day moving average, and this can only happen on a daily chart. You can call it a death cross on a weekly, but it's not valid. It's only valid on a daily. Still not good on a weekly, but it's called a death cross on the daily. Now, if the blue line blue moving average crosses back over top of our red line. That would be a golden cross, which is very, very bullish. You can see down here on the DCA oscillator, the yellow wave, real small, just poked up above the 0. If you look at the oscillator and you imagine an imaginary line cutting this thing in half, when we are on the top of 0 with VWAP, that's when you want to be holding said asset. So we'll see what happens, you guys. Keep an eye on this. Hopefully the 50-day will act as support. It does have a little bit there. We can draw a box in and kind of get a good look. So let's say, boom, boom. Even if we even went up to that 21, that's giving you the start of it here and then the end of it down in here. So like the low of that box would be right around 2,800 on Ethereum would be a good starting point. But we want to see that 21 get back above the 50, back above the 200, and then we want to see the 50 get back above the 200, and then Ethereum will then be in a bull market cycle on the daily chart. Here's a head and shoulders. I tell you guys all the time, in crypto, head and shoulders do really, really weird things. I see them pump more than I ever see them dump. So here's your left shoulder, here's your head, here's your right shoulder. We got a little dump, but it wasn't too much lower than over here, and then this fucking thing just skyrocketed. If we look, right here's another one, there's a shoulder, there's a head, there's another shoulder. It did not really dump like it should have, and then we get a nice little pump over here. Look on a weekly for Ethereum. Now the weekly is still set up very bullish. Our 21 is on top where it should be, our 50 is in the middle, and our 200 is on the bottom. So on a weekly chart for Ethereum, it is definitely in a bull market cycle. We are getting back above that 50 week. We still have 4 days, 22 hours for the weekly candle close. So watch this, you guys. If we close above that 50 week moving average, we're definitely going to take a shot at that 21 week, and that's going to be right around the $3,600 mark. So watch this, pay attention to Ethereum. Another good thing, the oscillator is down here in the oversold area. So we sold too much, it's time to start buying back. We did get the light blue wave. It did clip off into the dark blue. That's our buy signal. Even printed the dot, green dot, saying, hey, be looking to buy. This is a small bottom here. So we're doing pretty well. And it printed the bottom, it printed the dot right actually on this red candle. So hopefully we don't come back any lower than the $2,900 area. Hopefully we close above the 50 week. If we close above the 50 week, that's going to act as support. What up, DogeLord Coffee? That's right, Jay is back, baby. I get all my stuff fixed and my camera and everything set back up, and my monitors were all out of whack and crazy, but we'll get her there. I got to get the new DogeLord Coffee commercial too uploaded. I tried to do it earlier, but it would not let me get into the Google Drive that Mikkel sent. So I'll get that fixed up, and I'll have it for next time. So I just showed the old DogeLord apparel giddy up that I have. Can I dual mine Ethereum Classic and Ton at the same time? Not saying that I want to do it, because I don't want to fry my damn cards. You know, they're right now everything. I got a 6-card rig, and they're just 4 gig cards, but they're all running at 43C right now, 44C, all of them, which is like the lowest I've ever had them running. So super good. Normally running in the 50s or 60s. So be watching Ethereum, guys. It's very possible that it closes above that 50 week, and then we take a shot at that 21. On the weekly chart, we're buying this. We're buying this all day long, okay? We're going to sell at that 21 week until it gets back above it. But we're mainly looking for buys on Ethereum. It's set up with the moving averages very, very bullish. Now, like that purple line was underneath the blue line, we're no longer looking to buy on the weekly. We're looking to sell. We're looking to short sell the market with leverage. Go back to any of my other videos. I talk a lot about the moving averages and how they need to be set up for us to be buying and how they need to be set up for us to be selling. So go back and check out some of them older ones, and please hit me up. Don't be afraid to message me. I mean, I have a freaking gazillion messages right now, so it might take me a minute. I'm still sifting through. I've been home a week. It'll be a week tomorrow I've been home, and I'm still sifting through messages, so don't hate me too bad if it takes me a minute to get to you, but I will get to you, I promise. I'm gonna take a look at old ton, see if I can pull this up. There it is. Boom. We'll go to USD. No weekly, maybe a daily's got something better. We'll see if we got any more info somewhere else on this thing. It's right on the verge, guys. Right on the verge of a breakout. There's a couple different ways that you could draw your triangle in here. You could do it like how I just did it. You could do one just through here. You have to have at least 3 touches. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the bottom. I got quite a few on the top here. And it's over $2. Okay. I haven't done too much research on this coin. Now on the daily, it is not in a bearish setup or a bullish setup. It is bearish, but that 21 is curling up like it's going to cross the 50. So give or take a week or two, and it'll probably have our answer what is going to happen. But the 21 as of right now is acting as support, and we're right at the end of this pattern. So if this would break out of the pattern, now regardless of what the moving average are telling us, if we're just trading breakout plays, if we break the top of that pattern, we're buying outside the top of it. We're going to come back in here and we're going to put our stop loss right at the bottom of where we bought, or almost in the middle of the pattern. If something bad would happen and this thing would come back down to the pattern and break into it, it's going to break into it and go all the way through. For anybody that hasn't watched my videos, I call these 80-20 trades. 80% of the time it's going to go the way it breaks the pattern. 20% of the time it's going to turn around and F ya. If we break the bottom of the pattern, we come out down here, you're going to sell. Which would be pretty low, because we'll see if we got any more information, but it looks like a good bottom for ton is right around the $2 mark. See if I can get any more information somewhere else. It's relatively new, I do believe, right? Am I right about that? Oh, you can even trade leverage on ton over at FTX if you're interested in leverage trading. Yeah, it's relatively new, so I don't know too much about selling at $2. I probably wouldn't do that. I'd probably hold off and wait. Now, VWAP is under 0, so right now you really don't want to be holding the asset anyway. You want to wait till it starts moving up and gets above 0, then you want to make your buy. And there's no momentum right now. No momentum. We have no momentum wave showing. So it's iffy. I don't know. This is kind of a hard one. You guys know how it is when we get these new coins and there's not really enough to go off of. There's no story to the left of the chart to tell us what history did. You know what I mean? But I have heard that you dual mine this. Now, can you just solely mine ton? Do you have to dual mine it, or can you just mine it? Just ton all by itself? Not sure. I have to do some checking. I might try it if you can just do it by itself. I've never done any kind of dual mining, so I'm kind of scared to do it. That's one of them things where I would need Nemesis or Mikkel to hold my hand and walk me all the way through step by step type thing. We're going to take a look at ADA from my good buddy Boss. I know he asked me yesterday, and it was kind of late when I got to it. So we're going to take a look at it now. Now, I do believe I told him to be careful because we were hitting the 20. We were underneath the 21 at the time I posted to him and said, listen, you know, that 21 is acting as resistance, and we do have quite a bit. If you start at the 21 all the way to that 50-day moving average, and you can even spread it out over here too. I mean, this is perfect. That's a shit ton of resistance all through there. Not so much towards the bottom at the 21. We just barely crested it. We barely crested it. We got 21 hours, 10 minutes until the next daily candle close. So this just started printing. So we did close above that 21. But again, you guys, the moving averages on the daily chart for almost 99% of the cryptocurrency market are going to be set up bearish. We're not looking to buy right now. The only time that I'll trade a bearish chart is if I'm using leverage and I'm shorting it, betting on it to go down. And we are testing the 21. So if this doesn't hold as support and we do break it, it's going to go right back down here to right around $1. You know what I mean? And hang around in that area. The top, the 50-day moving average is right around $1.18. So be looking to take profits if you're still holding. Be looking to take profits right around $1.18, $1.20. And you don't always have to take 100% profit. You can take 50% profit. Let 50% ride in case we do break the 50. We do get enough momentum. We get enough volume that comes in, and we break above that 50-day, and then we close above it. Your closing candles are very important, you guys. It has to close above or below. That's going to tell you what you should be doing. If it's closing above it, then you need to hold. If it's closing below it, you need to get the hell out of it. Try again. Yeah, I didn't think you could dual mine with a 4 gig card. Dual mining only, wheeling crypto, electronics, and coffee. Yeah, it's weird. Why would they only have it to where you could dual mine? Like, I don't understand that whole concept of dual mining. Like, I know there for a minute everybody thought that they were unlocking full hash rate of some of the, you know, the lot lower hash rate cards. I don't know how true that is, if they were really unlocking it to the full potential, or if they were just losing mega hash on one asset and it looked like they were gaining a shit ton on the second one they were dual mining with. I don't know. I'm happy just mining Ethereum Classic, really. I mean, it's super easy. It's not hard on my cards at all. And for some reason, I just can't stop buying 4 gig cards. I don't know what's wrong with me. Although I have started to see, you know, since the crash, there's been quite a few good deals on some 8 gig cards. I was looking at a 1070 Ti, one on there for like 300 bucks. I was looking at that like, damn, that's a pretty good deal. But I think if we get this dead cat bounce and Bitcoin craps itself out and goes all the way back down to 20,000, I think graphics cards are going to get a hell of a lot cheaper. So I'm going to kind of wait and see what happens. See what happens. But yeah, for the top of Cardano, I'm taking profit right around 118, 120. And really, if you do break support here, you're right. We're right at the bottom. We're at the floor on Cardano pretty much. $1's pretty much been the floor here for, you know, all the way back to 2021, right around March. So it's still pretty good. Still pretty good. I probably just hold on to it, but I'm definitely was selling at $1.20 so I can buy back in when we test that 21 day again, because you know we come up here and bounce off the 50 and we reject here with all that resistance we have all the way through the left of the chart. You know dang well if we reject there, we're going to come back down and hit that 21 again. So it's definitely worth selling here, buying back here for sure. We're going to take a look at cake, because I love cake. I know Mikkel loves cake. I know Oz loves cake. I think we all love it. Love it so much. This is a chart that I drew for the guys over in the Discord. We bought down here on the 21-day moving average. Told them guys it was probably a good buy. We had bounced off of it several times. Now keep in mind, everybody, that every time you test support or you test resistance, it gets weaker and weaker and weaker, and eventually you are going to break it. Think of support and resistance as supply and demand, or buying and selling. So in resistance area, we got all the people selling. So each time we come up and we tag resistance, we're plucking sellers out. So we're coming up, taking seller out there, we're going to take sellers out there, sellers out there. We hit this time, we took all the sellers out, there's no more people selling, so what's going to happen? We're breaking through. And once we break through that resistance, we got to come back, make it support. Make it support, make it support, and then we're going to go up and test the top part of it. We got to pluck out all the sellers, pluck out all the sellers, boom, we get above it, come back, we're making support, making support. Now even making the support, we're plucking buyers out as we are validating. So it's very important that you're watching your supports, and we only touch once or twice before taking off to the next level. That's a good idea, Wheeling Crypto. He's waiting on buying cards until we can buy around 200 to the 2,500 per card, which is a very smart idea. Oh, Doom Miner, what up? Looks to me that ton can be mined alone with LOL Miner. Well, I'll definitely have to take a look at that. I've never ran LOL Miner, but I'm sure I can learn it just like I've learned all the other ones. Now I do have a 3060 I could dual mine on, I guess, but I don't think I should do that. I don't want to mess it up. I got a version 1 3060. I got one when they first came out. I had bought a pre-built with it in there. I was trying to buy just the 3060 and I couldn't. I could not. I was right at the beginning, so I was like, screw it. I found a decent pre-built. I think it was like $1,200, and I bought the pre-built, and I'd done small upgrades here and there, like I'm running 32 gig of RAM, put some different fans in it, put a different RBG header in it, but you know, nothing major. If I got to do anything like thermal paste or anything like that, I'll definitely be sending it to Mikkel or Nemesis, or you know, Golden Wolf. One of them guys over there, they'll know how to do it for me. I'm not trying to fuck my card up. I'll be more than happy to pay somebody to redo the thermal pads and the paste and stuff. It should be about time. I think it's almost been about a year since I've had it and been mining with it, so I think it's about time. I mean, my temps and everything are good, but I don't want to get to that point where I'm running hot. So it might be time to do something about it. I've been running it. I think the most it's not been mined on was this last month. I wasn't home. I turned everything off, so it had a month break, but it had been mining, you know, about 11 months straight before that. So obviously I blow everything out and clean the dust out and keep all that good, but which is hard. You don't realize how much dust and stuff them things pick up until you start doing it, you know what I mean? You got a bunch of miners and a bunch of cards running, and it's like you look at them from week to week and you're like, god damn, them are freaking dirty. And then the shit don't want to blow out of there. What do you guys use to blow your stuff out? I was looking at the them little giddy ups you can get off Amazon where you can reload the air yourself. I don't know if you're putting CO2 in it or what it is, but it say you don't have to go buy Duster every day, because I do use Duster. But yeah, looking at cake, I think that we would have we have a good shot at hitting this 50-day moving average right around $9.40. I'm probably going to take my profit a little bit sooner, right around $9 area, just to be safe. But I think we definitely got potential. We got the momentum. It's coming in as we speak. VWAP, it is above 0. It did print a buy signal. Whoops. Get that off there. Little green dot, kind of hard to see with that yellow wave right there. But it did print a green dot, and it was on the candle yesterday. So we'll see what happens, but I think it's pretty good that we'll hit that 50-day right around the $9.40. Techman, air compressor on 40 psi, hold fan with hand. Huh, that's a good one. I use a toothbrush and Windex. You know what? I do have a toothbrush. Yep, definitely need to have that air-water separator on there, because you will definitely be blowing water. I know my tank, I drain my tank after every time I use my air compressor, but you know, and just filling that thing up one time and then using it for 10-20 minutes, I mean, it does have a lot of water in it when I'm done. So yeah, you don't want to be spraying water all over your stuff. I definitely used the toothbrush trick, and I even had this cool little vacuum that hooks into my computer USB, and believe it or not, it does suck out pretty good. It has a little brush on the end of it, like I sweep my keyboard and stuff out with it. It's pretty badass. The X-Power blower doom miner, I think I seen that on eBay. What up, Jason Osborne? Hell yeah, you missed something good, missed the whole thing. Good thing for YouTube though, you can rewatch all of it, right? So many Q-tips and alcohol. Yeah, see, I'm scared, man. I'm scared. I mean, it's cool that I built my own mining rig, you know, with everybody's help. I learned it all, but it was, I'm not doing anything with the expensive stuff. I'm going to have it done by the professionals. Oh, that's awesome, Willing Crypto. I appreciate that very much, buddy. I really do. And we'll definitely work something out. Definitely. Wouldn't expect you to do it for free. I'll do something for you. X-Power A2. Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out. Yeah, Wheeling Crypto, before I got into crypto, I could not hook up a VCR. Honest to God. I could not hook up a VCR. And then I started dabbling with crypto when I was working in the oil field. I was working as a roughneck and doing the oil field thing, and a buddy approached me and told me about Bitcoin, and I really didn't understand it. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, how you're going into a cave and digging this shit out of there? Like, what? I don't understand what it is. And basically, he just walked me through it, got me signed up on Coinbase. I bought a bunch of Bitcoin. I bought it at right around $1,800. It was sub 2,000, and sent it to this company. This is when I was very naive, mind you, didn't know anything about anything. And back then, nobody really knew about crypto or Bitcoin. Nobody had ever heard of it. But anyway, I got in with this company. It was called USI Tech. They were giving 1% daily on whatever you deposited into their app. So I put a Bitcoin into their app, and I was getting 1% a day for 144 days. And then after the 144 days, you could take your money, or take your Bitcoin, and reinvest it for another 144 days. So I did this 3 times, getting ready to do it on my 4th go. And sure as shit, I go to log in, and I can't log in. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I start looking, find out that the US government sent them a cease and desist and shut them down. Basically what they did was they rug pulled and they stole all of our money. And then it was like a year later, they were ordered to pay us back. And I don't know how they worked this out with the government, but they came up with a plan that if they set up a mining facility, that they would use the profits from mining to pay back all the money that they had stolen from the thousands and thousands of people. Which on my 1 Bitcoin, I was getting 6 to 7 cents a day back is what they were paying me. As of right now, I've recently tried to log into USI Tech, and they're completely gone. There's no back office. There's nothing to log into. So, you know, I lost a Bitcoin, but at the same time, that's how I fell down the rabbit hole. I kind of started researching, like, how can I get my money back? What is Bitcoin? And then it led me over to the trading side. My little brother trades stocks. He's been trading for a number of years. So, you know, we kind of got to talking about it, and then I just went from stocks to trading crypto, and boom, here we are. I don't even know how long it's been, 9-10 years later. Golden Wolf, yeah, I have the X Power or similar to it, works great, but hold the fans, they spin too fast. Oh yeah, you've been doing it for 8 to 15 years, that's badass, with repairs. Kyle Rosa, what's up, man? X Power, 50 bucks on Amazon. Yeah, see, I've looked at them before. I think I'm going to pull the trigger and get one. It's going to be a lot easier to use that than going out and buying Duster. And it feels so funny, too, you know, because I go into the store, and I'm like, hey, man, where's your Duster at? And they look at me like I'm trying to huff it or something. It feels weird even buying it just because, you know what I mean? So if I don't even got to fuck with it, then cool. I don't know what the hell would possess you to stick that Duster can in your mouth and huff it either. I don't get it. But to each their own, I guess, huh? Let's take a look at Matic. Matic's another big one that we use a lot, especially with the Matic or the Poly network. Ooh, we got so close to that 50-day moving average. That 21 did bounce right off the 200. That's really good, but bear market cycle on Matic. I'll draw this little dang line here. So we do have this trend line acting as resistance, and it is lining right up with the 50-day moving average. Something to keep an eye on. If we do break this trend and we get above it, definitely a buy time. VWAP is above 0. We did print a buy signal on this candle, so keep an eye on it. Like I said, guys, the daily charts look like shit right now. They're really not good for trading unless you're short trading, you're using leverage. Your weekly is probably where you're going to want to be more focused, as everything is still bullish on the weekly charts. You can see how good we're following that 21-week moving average. Now, if you guys don't know how moving averages work, so you have your 21-week, you have your 50-week, and you have your 200-week if you're looking on the weekly chart. If you're looking on the daily, then you got your 50-day, your 21-day, and your 200-day. What it is doing is calculating, like your 200, the red line, is calculating the last 200 closes. So the last 200 days, last 200 candles, it takes the mean of the closing price and it averages out, and that's where we're getting these lines. Your 21 is calculating the last 21 daily closing candles. Your 50 is calculating the last 50 daily closing. Same with your week. 21 is calculating 21 weeks, 50 weeks, and the 200 that's not on here, calculating the last 200 weeks. You get into like a 2-week, you're just calling them moving averages at this point, because that's a lot of math you'd have to do to figure out exactly what the mean would be of a 2-week chart. So what up, Gundy? Missed you too, brother. I hope all is well. Hope you and the fam's doing good. Wheeling Crypto, I'm looking to get an MSI 1660 gaming DDR6 GPU. Aircan is just like doing whippets for the whipped cream canisters. Hell yeah. Yeah, I've known a lot of people to do it. I just don't know why that'd be a thing to do. I know it eats your brain up bad. Like I've seen what the hell is that show called on A&E, where Intervention. Yeah, I've seen a couple on there with people that just strictly do whippets, and man, it screws them up bad. 2-week chart looking very bullish. We are on that 21 moving average. We're acting as support, and it's bounced off there. This is a little concerning, this candle here. Big wick to the bottom. These are usually bearish. You'll usually get a drop after, you know, a candle or two after that. So like here, we got one, boom, that was, you know, momentum completely getting sucked out of it. And then you got 1, 2, and we start to drop. So, you know, with this one here, we might get 1, 2, then the drop. Makes you talk funny. Yeah, inhalants are no bueno. My friends back in the day when, 13, 14, running around in the woods, they'd take this moped and they'd take it up into the woods and pop the lid off the gas can and huff the gas can, put the lid back on, and then take off on the moped. I've seen them fucking idiots hit so many trees. It's a wonder nobody died. I can't believe nobody died doing that. Freaking hilarious. So if we flip over to the 1 week chart on Matic, we're acting as resistance. Still a bullish chart. We're still bullish. Moving averages are set up where they need to be. We do have momentum. It's right at 0. VWAP is at -1.5. It's right there on the cuff of breaking above that 0 mark. So keep an eye on Matic. I definitely think big things can come of this. There's not that much resistance on the weekly. So very plausible that we can get above that 21-week moving average. And the key is, guys, once we get above them, we got to close above them. So obviously, looking at the weekly, because it's bullish and we're wanting to buy, and this is what we're trading off of, it's going to take 4 days, 21 hours before we know exactly what we should be doing. Versus going back to like a daily, we got 20 hours and we know exactly what we should be doing. If it did hit that 50-day moving average right around $1.96, you should probably be thinking about selling, only because of the resistance that we have lining up with that. So let's go over here. We'll mark it out. Actually, could start it right here where we rejected, and we can even go above it. So yeah, anywhere in this box, I'm looking to sell out of it for sure. Just means they were stronger than Darwin. That's right, Wheeling Crypto. I'll stick with the 420. I agree 100%. 100%. Anything you guys want to look at? Anything you want to chart? Real quick, before I do anything you guys want to do, we're going to look at stock real quick. This is one that I've been holding. We went heavy in on this one. It did good today. Today we finally seen some rebound on it. Totally expecting this thing to hit that 21-day moving average right around 79 cents is where I'm looking to take my profit. I'm going to start really keeping an eye on it at 76. Made it all the way up to 74 almost, I think the high was today, which was pretty good. The average price is $1.20. Now, I've been researching this a lot. This is a COVID pill. We did get a buy down here on the bottom. We got that light blue momentum wave clipped off into the blue, and that's why we got this run up. I know my buddy Ninja, he's into this thing somewhere down here at the bottom. He bought in. He was up 10% today. So he did a really kick-ass trade on this. So good for you, buddy, if you're watching this or you watch it later. Kick-ass. Appreciate you watching our content. He got in on this back when we first started talking about it, back here where I bought in. I bought in right around $1-ish. So right now I'm down $600. Not even that. I think it's more like $400 now because we made a move today. But still holding, baby. I think that this thing is going to do a lot. I think it's, the price predictions are around $10 to $17 on this thing. So very possible that it hits that. Anything with COVID that's gotten approved has went bonkers. 250x. Here's a cool tool that I use for making channels. You can find this in your tool thing over on this Giddy Up. Now when you hover over these tools, you'll see a really small arrow to the right of it. You can barely see it. But if you click on that, it'll open up a whole different Giddy Up here, and you just star everything. And when you star it, it's going to add it to your favorite toolbox down here. That way you have everything you got all in one thing. You don't have to, like I said in the beginning, keep going up to this thing 50 million times to look for your stuff. Bam, bam, bam. Now, unless everything is like 100% straight, this channel tool's hard to use. But it's going to be something pretty close to this right here, what we're looking at. I'm waiting for the break above the channel. Hopefully we get that. I'd like to see it. I think its high was $30 some. Yeah. No. Oh shit. Yeah, $35 was the high. So if it ever hit $35 again, I'd make somewhere around $350,000 off the trade, which would be fine with me. But the daily's looking like crap, and you're probably wondering what the hell is the ease. This is the end of market. So obviously on stocks you can only trade from 9:30 to 3:30. If you pay extra like I do, you get to trade extra hours is what it is. And I can trade to 4:30 on a few of the exchanges that I'm on. But yeah, I've been looking at this thing every day like a hawk. Been really watching it, and I had known that we were down here with the momentum on the bottom. So looking back in history on the oscillator, it doesn't really dip. Momentum hasn't dipped much farther than it is right now. So we'll see what happens. Now this is a bearish divergence. We do have the waves going down, and our price is going to start moving up. So like if tomorrow we get another up day, it will be a bearish divergence. So definitely got to keep my eye on it. Yeah, that's right, Wheeling Crypto. He says he's working on having his city to have a crypto site implemented in revenue into his city, but he's got to do a lot of footwork for them to consider it. And which is crazy you say that, because the little small town that I live in put a Bitcoin ATM in our grocery store. So I literally have a Bitcoin ATM like literally 20 yards to the right of me over at the grocery store. It's so crazy to think that they have it. And like I want to make a DCA flyer, and I want to like put numbers on it, you know what I mean? So that way I can put it over there and people can rip tabs off and they can find their way to us. Everybody in my town knows that I'm pretty much the crypto guy, that I know, you know, I know how to do the crypto. So if they're interested in it, they will come to me. So I think if I start advertising a little bit around my town, I really could get some stuff going. Oh damn, that's the way to do it. Reusing old buildings and putting 700 ASICs in it. Me and the wife been talking about that so much, like starting a little coffee shop and having, you know, a coffee internet cafe and teach crypto, and hopefully one day it will be in my future where that's what I'm doing for a living. Getting closer. Every day I'm getting closer. You know, if I could just sit back and do nothing but stare at charts and wait for the trades to come and the setups, because I can spot them all day and I can tell you guys what to do whenever it happens, but actually being there when it happens is a completely different story. You know what I mean? It also in St. Clairsville. Yeah, I'm not, dude, I'm like 35 minutes from St. Clairsville. It's crazy. We'll have to link up for sure. That's right, DogeLord Coffee. And if we do ever do that, you know the only coffee we'll be serving in there. So you're going to have to get espressos. You're going to have to get the K-Cups. You're going to have to get instant. You're going to have to get it all. And then you'll have to buy me the $4 million coffee machines to make all that shit. But yeah, St. Clairsville, I've been there a lot. I go there a lot. I got friends over there. That's not far from me at all. Yeah, DogeLord, we definitely need to get them to do that. Have them make me some sweet ass flyers, and even put, you know, DogeLord Coffee and apparel and stuff on it like that, because I'm sure nobody in my town knows where to get crypto merch and get the shirts and all that stuff and the sweet memes. So we got to do it. Speaking of that, Wheeling Crypto, did you see what the IRS came out with today talking about the tax break for crypto miners? From the way I understood it was, you buy the drip. That's fucking awesome, dude. That's fucking awesome. But the way I understand it is, it's not the crypto miners getting a break, it's the pools. I'll have to look more into it, but I do believe like there was talk about mining pools making us KYC and do all this other shit, which they never ever would do. So, you know what I mean? Because we just wouldn't mine there no more. It'd be, well, okay, well, we're done. But I think it was if they made us KYC or did something like that, that they would get a huge break. But as far as I understand now, as far as mining goes, if you're like me, where all of my mining profit is going to a not dirty wallet, meaning my wallet is not tied to me in any way, shape, or form. I haven't even moved mining profits into a wallet and did anything with it. I think I have 20 some Ethereum Classic just sitting that I've earned from mining, just off with my 6 cards I got going on. I think I got, there's 3 1050 Ti's and, or 4 1050 Ti's and 2 570s. Which my 570s, they're running at 23 mega hash right now. And I know that I can do a BIOS mod on them and get more out of it. I'm just scared because the last time I did a BIOS mod on any of my AMD cards, I bricked them. Or didn't brick them, but I made it so they're not displaying. And in order to get them right again, I have to put them into a Windows PC and put the right BIOS back in there. So I didn't realize I needed to save the BIOS before I did the mod. So I lost my original. Yeah, man, because I'm serious, DogeLord. There's so many people that don't know anything about crypto but want to get into it around here. And if we had flyers and just directed them to the Discord, be badass. And with mining a business form, you will need to have an exchange license to run the farm. Really? Businesses are also getting the deductions. Well, that'd be cool. I guess if you're the business. I know you can write off all your mining equipment, right? You can write off the cards and stuff. I probably should have done that on my taxes. What CPU you mining with, and what are you mining, if you don't mind me asking? I was doing some CPU mining as well. I was really getting into it, especially with like Raptorium, Ravencoin Lite. I did a lot of. Hobbyist miners cannot deduct. Oh, that's bullshit. LC miner, when I first started CPU mining Raptorium, I was making over $100 every 2 weeks. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's fun to do, man. Especially, like, I tried to do it with the CPU on my mining rig, and now obviously the CPU on my mining rig is like super old. I'm using the motherboard from fucking Gateway 1998 computer, and but it runs all my cards. You know, it does everything. I haven't had no issues with it, but my CPU is too old. Now I do have a newer. I got an MSI 970 gaming motherboard that I have for the next rig when I start building it. And got a bigger CPU with it, so hopefully I'll be able to CPU mine with it while my cards are mining, because I actually have 3 more 1050 Ti's that are not doing anything. They're just sitting in a box. I don't have anything really to hook them up with yet. My good buddy Nemesis, he gave me the open air mining frame, he gave me all the risers, he gave me all the mini risers, and or the what you call them? I think they're called mini risers. I'm not sure. Or mini PCI giddy ups. It's the little small things that just plug into the riser. You know what I mean? Whatever those are called. He basically gave me everything I needed to hook up. The only thing he didn't give me was like the GPUs and the power supply and the SSD that I'm using. But other than that, he hooked me up with all that other stuff. So whenever they got some old mining frames and risers and stuff they ain't used and they're collecting dust, I'll start building the next one. We're going to go over to old YouTube. Oh look, DCA is live right now. Gonna go to this right here. This is you, right? Wheeling Crypto Electronics. Gonna give you a subscribe. Make sure you guys get over there. I'm gonna grab this link, copy that. Yep, 1x PCI chips, Golden Wolf. Thank you, buddy. I don't know if you guys can see that, if YouTube's still blocking links, but that's the link to Wheeling Crypto Electronics and Coffee. Go give him a subscribe, a like. You guys know the drill. Smash them. For anybody that just got in here, I'm going to go back to TradingView, and I'm going to go back to Bitcoin real quick because I really want you guys to know about this. Looking at Brave New Coin, liquid index for Bitcoin. I got to take this off of here. I need to get the stochastic RSI. Now you can go into your bar, search RSI, not the relative strength index. This is good too, but stochastic RSI is what I'm using. Now the RSI, it is a momentum indicator. It's an oscillator. It is a lagging indicator, so it's not going to tell you the future. It's only going to tell you the past. We are going to go over here to the 1 month chart on Bitcoin. I'm going to reset this sumbitch. We're going to go back all the way to 2014. And get our stochastic RSI over here. I'm actually going to make these lines a little bit bigger so you guys can see these. Okay. Oh, damn it. And we got one bigger. Okay, perfect. Alright, so at the beginning of the stream, this was the first thing that I talked about. Appreciate you, DogeLord. This is the first thing that I talked about. Very important for Bitcoin. Is something that you guys really got to keep in the back of your mind and watch. But back in 2014, the stochastic RSI, the blue line's on the bottom, red line's on top. That's bearish, usually means that it's going down. Our 20 line is very important, and I'm going to go ahead and just draw it in there. Boom, there it is there. And our 80 line right there. Okay, so when we crossed the bottom of the 20 line on the RSI, we dipped below. Okay, we fell down. Then we came back up and had a nice rally. Now it doesn't look like a big rally, but on a monthly chart, that's a pretty big rally. This was a 50% rally. Everybody was excited. They were calling their mom, asking for loans, calling their bank, getting refinancing on their house, you know, betting the farm. And then we end up getting a dead cat bounce, where we dipped all the way back down to the 50-month moving average. It took roughly, I think it was 580, 590, I think we said 600 days from this point to this point, where we recovered and got back above the 20. Now, we only take these trades when our blue line crosses the red line and then we cross the 20 line. We gotta cross the 20, that's when we take the trade. So we dipped below stochastic RSI, we get a 50% rally, we get a dead cat bounce. Dead cat bounce is basically you have a big dump, then you have a nice rally back to the upside, everybody's excited, and then the rug falls out. The rug is pulled, the floor falls out, and it completely craps itself. So we go down to the 50-month moving average, very important, 600 days-ish, okay? We're going to fast forward 4 years. We're over here at 2018. Pull the candles down. 2018. We dipped below RSI. Wrong tool. Dip below here. That was roughly 400 days from this point to this point where we recover and we get back above. Our blue line crosses red. We break the 20. We know that we're buying. But notice back here when we dipped below the RSI, we got a 40% rally to the upside, 48% rally. Then dead cat bounce, boom, back down to the 50-month moving average. Right back to it, just like back here in 2014. We fast forward another 4 years to present day. We have dipped below the 20 line on the RSI, dipped below, and I think we measured and we were right around a 40% retrace, 40% rally to the upside, 38, 40-ish, right around in there. So are we going to do like we did in the past on the last 2 major bull runs? Are we going to get that 50 or so % rally and then dead cat bounce and fall all the way back down to that 50-month moving average? Very possible. And if we really look and come down and see what the story's telling us, you guys can see that that 50-month moving average right here, that blue line, is lining right up with the top of the 2018 bull run. So something to keep in the back of your mind, something to pay attention to. My money is 50% Bitcoin, 50% fiat in case we get this dead cat bounce. I'm going to ride that thing all the way down to the 50 and I'm buying. Buying at $20,000 would be the equivalent of buying at $3,000 down here. Whenever it went from 20 to 3 grand, that's what it's going to be like if it went from where it's at now to that 50-day or 50-month moving average, right around $19,000-$20,000. And really, you really want to get like super technical. We really don't even have a floor of support until we get down to like the $12,000 area. Then that's where we actually have a good solid support. And there's nothing in between there. There's nothing in between 30,000 and 12,000. There's nothing there to really stop us. So be vigilant, you guys. Be careful. We told you way back up here that it was looking bearish. We were getting a bearish sentiment on Bitcoin. If you guys would have been watching this channel from way back, we told you, I'll show you exactly when we told you when the bear market started, and that was right here, or the bull market started right here back on the October, yep, it was October 13th ish. If we look back in the discords, you guys will see that I was screaming and hollering that shit was about to take off, and huge, made it all the way to $69,000. So keep this in mind, guys. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying it's very possible it happens. So have your finger on the trigger, have your stop losses ready, whatever it is that you're going to do. I know that people say, oh, I'm hodling Bitcoin and I'll hodl to the death. Well, unless you dollar cost average it on Bitcoin from $1 all the way up to current, I'm telling you now, the dead cat bounce all the way back down to that 50-month moving average, that's going to sting a lot. You're really going to wish you listened and at least sold some of your Bitcoin to buy back in down that low. So a big telltale sign is if we break $30,000 support and we close under there, you best believe we're going to go way lower. So keep an eye on it, guys. I'm getting ready to jump off here. For me to do a live show, I need a total of 1,000 subscribers before I'm allowed to do so. Who says that, Wheeling Crypto? Really? That's right, Gundy. Always look left. If you're not looking left on the chart, you're not going to know the story. And you got to know the story to keep going with it and to make sense of what's going to happen. Not saying history always repeats itself, but This is going to tell you where supply and demand, where you should be buying, where you should be selling, where all of that is taking place. And as you get into this, you can use different tools. You don't have to use the same tools I'm using. Everybody has a different trading technique. The way I do it may not work for you. The way you do it may not work for me. Everybody has their niche. Everybody's different. But if you know the basics and you can you can build your plan around just the basics, and you have a little bit of time where you can trade your daily, I always recommend, if you're new, trade the daily chart, trade the weekly chart, because then you don't have to be glued to the chart. You can sit back, you can set your shit up for the day or for the week, and you can run with it. Watch any of my other videos. You're going to hear me talk about rules. Don't break your rules. Oh, we'll look at SHIB. Definitely look at SHIB. But following your rules and not breaking them is really big. Oh, Nikes. That's actually looking not that bad there, DogeLord. So what we got going on with SHIB, 21 is getting ready to cross above the 50, which is good, or above the 200, which is very bullish. And if it crosses the 50, if that purple gets above the 2 blue and the red, that's very bullish. We don't want to see a death cross, and that's very possible it's going to happen, where the 50-day moving average crosses underneath the 200-day. But it is kind of making a little mini bull flag here. Nice breakout pattern. I love trading these. These are super easy trades. If you can sit and be patient and play them out and wait till it breaks the pattern, you can do really good. It's just being able to sit and wait until it happens. So usually, this is at the end of the pattern, so it's going to happen relatively quick. So if we break the top of the pattern, we need to be buying. There is some resistance over here, but it still would be worth a buy, because you can get a gazillion SHIB for very cheap. So, just that move, a couple thousand sats would make you a ton of money. If we break the bottom of it, you're going to sell what you have. You're going to buy back down at the next area of support, which is probably going to be 1,000,02614, and probably the top. If we break the top of this and make a run, I don't see it going much higher than 1,000,355 area. What up, Nefarious? I was talking about you earlier, brother. I appreciate you taking over while I was gone and posting all that badass TA. Really appreciate it. Was just telling everybody that they need to be paying attention whenever you're posting stuff, because you're pretty spot on, especially with your measurements. You like the old SHIB wheeling, Crypto? Yeah, there's not much resistance. You got, we'll mark it out here. It starts here where we're at, and you got this area to get above and make support, and then you got just this little bit of stuff right in here, which this is not that big at all. If we're looking in areas, that's going to be your area of resistance to beat there, and then your next one's going to be right around in here. So these areas are not really that big. If you flip over to a week, it might even look a lot smaller and less relevant. And it really is. And that 21 week is sitting right at 1,000,03494. So 1,000,035 area, like I said on the daily, very possible. One thing that I don't like is this candle here. Get rid of these crayon drawings. This candle here, but look at the bottom, guys. Stochastic RSI is making the breach above the 20. Signal line is above the red line, exactly where it needs. So if we can get this red line above the 20, that's a good buy, you guys. It's a good buy. Will it just stop here, or will it keep going? That's, like I said, that's not really that significant area of resistance. So it'll probably break that 21 weeks MA there and get above it and close. And that's very possible. And this is looking very good down here. So very, very bullish. Very bullish. That's right, Nefarious. Sign up for the Patreon to get the TA posts. Absolutely. But alright guys, I've been on for an hour 40 minutes. Thanks for the great warm welcome back. I really appreciate y'all. If you need anything, don't hesitate to hit me up in the Discord. Again, I still have a million messages I'm going through, so don't think I'm ignoring you. I promise I will get to you. It just may take me a little bit of time. Also, Wheeling Crypto, if you haven't already, hit me up in the Discord. I'll shoot you that free indicator that we're using. And definitely sign up for TradingView. This is where we're doing all of our charting and stuff like that. You don't need to buy a paid subscription. Get the free one. All of our tools will work on the free one. So don't pay for it. I mean, it's cool. You get a little bit more information, a little bit more history, but once you really start getting into the trading and stuff like that, then you want the paid stuff. But if you're just tinkering around and just wanting to learn the basics of when to buy, when to sell, free one's just perfect. It will break above 20 to 30% upswing. Well, I hope so. A 20 to 30% move on SHIB would be a making millionaires. Don't delay. Subscribe to DCA. That's exactly what the frickin' flyers need to say. Yeah, you should. My wife, man, she called me and told me about the ATM they put over there. She was so excited. It was so awesome seeing how excited she was, because as soon as I say Bitcoin or crypto, her eyes roll at me. You know what I mean? Because that's all I talk about. So it's like, you know what you guys know what I'm talking about. You got a significant other. You know what I'm talking about. But the excitement in her voice when she told me about that, and then during the Super Bowl, how excited she was about the crypto commercials. Was pretty cool too. So it's coming. No, we can do that though real quick there, Nefarious. I haven't looked at Lincoln forever, so probably should do that. Looking pretty poopy on the daily. We did get above that 21 though, and it is support technically right now at $16, $17 almost. We need it to close above there, but man, it's got a shit ton of resistance there. Shit tons of it. Starts there. Just a rough guesstimate here. I mean, you can even drag it all the way up into there if you want. You can do these in levels. You don't necessarily got to use one whole box. You can do it in a level so you can see exactly where one starts and stops and the next one starts and stops. But we got a good bit through here. I would probably take my profit right around 20 bucks if it was able to make it back up to that. One thing, Wheeling Crypto, I'll say about the ATMs that I didn't like. I was going to buy off one just to say I did it. This is when Bitcoin fell from 63,000 and was down to it was like around 55,000. The Bitcoin ATM was still trying to sell me the Bitcoin at an exchange rate of 63,000 when it was indeed 55 to 50,000. Exactly, DogeLord. Exactly. Oh yeah, definitely do a video on that. I'd be really interested to see what you got to go through. Because I know there's some that make you KYC and some that don't. So it'll be, and I'd imagine the ones that don't make you KYC, you're going to pay an even bigger premium on the crypto. But it'd be very, very interesting to see what's going to happen there. What do you think on Link, Nefarious? You think 20 bucks is probably a good guess on the next current high, the next current retest? It looks like 18 to 20 is going to be the area to beat on that. Weeklies went bearish as well. Not quite yet. We haven't got no cross of the 50 and 200, but the 21 is under the 50. and we're hitting resistance now on the weekly, and that's a pretty significant area on the weekly too. The 21 week moving average is right around $23, $24, and the 50 week moving average right around 26. Oh, really? About 10 hours to update. So like, let's say it was 63,000 and it fell to 50,000 would, and it didn't update. So that means, would I really have to wait the 10 hours? Because you know how Bitcoin moves. It could be 50,000 and go right back to 60. Yeah, now if I'm a big time bearish right now, I'm not anywhere even close to bullish. You know, I basically, whatever Bitcoin's doing, if Bitcoin's bearish, and I'm bearish over the entire market. If Bitcoin's bullish, and then I'm bullish on the entire market. But I'm worried about the dead cat bounce. I'm worried about the stochastic. I don't know if you've seen the beginning of the video where I was talking about how we dipped below. But when I end the stream, Nefarious, definitely go back to the beginning and check out what I said about Bitcoin. It's right at the very beginning. It's the first thing I say. I think it's very plausible, and I think it's like the most important thing that people should be talking about right now in Bitcoin. So definitely take a look at it. And then you said Luna, right? On the weekly, we're hitting that 21 week, so I would say 58.73, but this is not that significant of resistance. So if we could get above $59 and close above $59, be looking for a retest anywhere between 60 and 70. And then obviously if we can get above 75 and get a close, then we're just going to keep on rocking and rolling. Stochastic RSI, we have a nice bullish cross down here. But remember, guys, remember what I said. We're not taking that trade until it breaks that 20 line. It breaks the 20, then we're going to take that buy. Reason for it, so look here. Down here, we break the 20. We're on the bottom. We get our signal line that goes above the red line. And most people would tell you, oh, buy right there. You need to buy. The signal line is telling you to fucking buy. But look what happens. It shits its pants and completely fucks you. And it does a fake out and crosses right back under. And it's so goddamn choppy. Then it does it again. The signal line crosses above the red line and says buy. What are you buying? There ain't nothing there. There ain't nothing there. All this is choppy. This is gonna screw you up. The guys on YouTube that are showing you how to do this, they should be fucking shot right in the mouth, because losing trade after losing trade after losing trade. You might get lucky every now and then and catch a decent one down here that keeps going, but not always. Wait till we break the 20, and then if we're still over top of the red, take the buy. So if you'd have done it right here, look, you would have rode that all the way to here, and you'd have taken your profit. Yes, you would have missed this whole giddy up, but this was a huge bearish divergence where you got your oscillator going down, but you got your candles going up, which in turn causes for a really big rug pull, really big crash. So this area, to me, even though this was an explosion, this was a very big price move, to me, that is too risky. To me, there's way too much area for bad shit to happen, especially if you're using leverage. If you caught the trade in any of the middle of these candles, you were getting tagged out on your stop loss, for sure. Sounds good, Wheeling. Smack 'em with the baby powder gun, he says. Mining with a view. That sounds freaking great. Yeah, Nefarious, your harmonic measurements, dude, are freaking spot on, brother. Spot on. That's what I was telling the guys in the beginning of the video. Like, when he's putting them measurements down and he's doing all that stuff, you guys really need to pay attention to that, because I don't know how many of your charts that were months and months and months old, it followed your TA to a T. I mean, it followed every freaking price that you marked out and bounced right off of it. So definitely be paying attention, you guys, when Nefarious is dropping that TA bomb in there. For sure. But yeah, we're getting the stochastic is crossed over bullish here. If we can get that thing to stay like that and get above the 20, that would probably be, we'd probably be above the 21-week moving average by then. So I think that'd be a freaking great buy, Nefarious. I think Luna is definitely set up for a big move for sure. Daily obviously isn't the greatest, but you know, whatever. That doesn't mean that it can't. Now, if the 50 was under the 200, I might have a different tune. But this is still set up half decent. We're halfway bullish on the daily. That's right, Gundy. Thanks everybody for all the awesome TA posted in there. I really appreciate it, especially while I was gone. It was nice to see that everybody was still posting and working together. But alright, y'all, I'm going to jump off here. It's getting late where I'm at, but I appreciate everybody. Like I said, I will get to the messages in the Discord. You just have to give me a minute. Hit me up. Definitely be sending out the free tools to anybody who messages me over there. And join the Patreon group. Use the links in the description. There's a couple different Discord links down there. You got DCA, you got Crypto Mentors. That is my own personal Discord. I'm not very active over on the Crypto Mentors. My really good friend Astro Park from Italy, he runs that over there. He is a coding genius. We make all of our tools in-house. We have trading bots. We have trading bots that'll just spit out trades like we do in DCA. But we also have a couple bots where you can sign up through Binance, use the bot on Binance, so it's pretty badass. And we are listed on an exchange, so get over to the exchange. I just started trading over there right before I went away for work. I'll have to go back over to my Discord and get the link for that. But we are listed on an exchange where you can actually go copy trade our bots. So you deposit your funds, you pick which bot you want to use, you set it up, and boom, you just let it run. So we're doing big things over at Crypto Mentors, but you know, much kudos to Astro because he's the one putting in the work. So I appreciate him very much. But if you're interested in getting any kind of custom tools, you use a certain tool or use a certain few tools and you want one tool made, you know, put all 3 or 4 of them tools into one single tool where you only got to click one button and you have everything you need, hit us up. That's our specialty. That's what we do. We can make anything tailored to the way you guys are trading. So definitely check out Crypto Mentors, join over there. If you're joining DCA Discord, make sure you do the verify bot and you get that out of the way, or it's not going to let you see anything. Definitely check out Firstrade too. Just for signing up and doing what you got to do, you will get a free stock. When Mikkel did it, I ended up getting a Boeing stock. It was worth over 200 bucks. So you never know what you're going to get. Absolutely wheeling crypto for sure. For sure. If like the bots over in DCA, if you join the Patreon group, you would get all of our premium trading tools. You'd get access to the Signal channel, and we have several different ones in there. We have a Signal channel for the Pionex bots. Then we have our own in-house trading bots that are spitting out trading signals for every different asset. It goes through and scans them all, and whatever has a setup, that's the one that's going to post. And a lot of them, like the VWAP bot we have in there, that fucking thing is spot on. If the VWAP bot is spitting out a trade, you need to be paying attention to it. And then there's regular Signal channel where my manual trades, where I'm spot trading, leverage trading. We got all kinds of good stuff over there, so definitely get in there, check that out. But it's $25 a month, and you'll get the bots, you'll get the premium tools, and you'll get all the Signal channels. Anytime that you want to do a one-on-one with me, we can set up a time and we'll do one-on-one. You can do those unlimited. If you want to do 100 of them, we'll do 100 of them. I will physically go in and we will figure out the best way for you to build a strategy. No NFT bots, but that is something that I need to talk to Astro about. I'm sure he could build one very easily. We should have talked to him about making a bot for GPUs when it was real bad. You know what I mean? He could have been having a bot screwing everybody out of GPUs, so we could have bought them for cheaper. But alright, y'all, I appreciate everybody for coming. Have a good night. Tomorrow is my daughter's birthday, so I will not be on for D5 Madness, but I promise I will be on next Wednesday for when we do that, if we're still running that on Wednesdays. But appreciate y'all. Have a good night. Hit me up in the Discord if you need anything. I will definitely get to you. It just might take me a minute. Like, you send me a message, and like, seriously, I got so many messages. Like the people I talk to the most, Mikkel, Nemesis, them guys, they'll send me a message and I have to scroll all the way to the bottom of my channels to even see their messages. I don't even see my channels anymore. It's basically just messages. 4 million of them are bots sending me bullshit, telling me I won 0.3 Bitcoin and I need to sign up to this exchange, and yeah, it's ridiculous. But alright guys, I appreciate you. Have a good night. I will talk to you all later.